POC desk. POC announced the departure of Flight 601 to Montreal and Toronto. Passengers for this flight should proceed through passport control on the first floor to the departure lounge. Passengers for POC Flight 601. Toronto Airlines announced the departure of the first of Flight 771 to Chicago and San Francisco. Passengers on this flight should proceed through passport control on the first floor to the departure lounge. This flight is now boarding at gate number 20. Israel Airlines announced the departure of Flight 15 to New York. control and Toronto. Passengers for this flight should proceed through passport control on the first floor to the departure lounge. Passengers for BMAC Flight 601. Toronto Airlines announced the departure of Investor Flight 771 to Chicago and San Francisco. Passengers on this flight should proceed through passport control on the first floor to the departure lounge. This flight is now boarding at gate number 20. Israel Airlines announced the departure of Flight 15 to New York. Passengers for this flight should proceed through passport control on the first floor to the departure lounge. Please contact the BMAC desk.
What is that? What is that thing? What is that thing?
Huh?
What is that thing?
Huh? Huh?
What is that thing?
What? Huh?
What is that?
What?
What is that?
What is that?
What is that?
What is
There's some
that?
creature in there.
There's some guy. There's some kind of critter
What is
on
that?
the other side of my screen.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Who let this guy here?
Anyway, who are you? How do you get here? Who are you?
Uh, my name's Peggy. Peggy, why know why? I just kind of go around. I'm like the nosiest bitch you'll ever meet, and I always want to know what's going on. And I want to know what's going on here.
I turned on my computer and there was a beautiful woman on screen. Not sure what's going on with
White
that.
woman, white woman spotted.
You know, they say this very often.
White woman spotted.
They say this very often. This is like
It,
this is kind of the main thing we're saying now.
this is true.
It is true, huge if true. Hello
This
everybody.
is true. Hello.
Hello everybody. Hello Q, the hello Colin, hello Crazy Kitty, hello Michael, hello Wrong Type of Hero, hello Peggy, hello Pam, hello Kinski, and people who are not typing in the chat box. Anyway, 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 anyway. We're back. We're back to the interview. It's been how long? The last one was Prod That Pod, I'm pretty sure. When was this? Like genuinely, when was this? I feel like it's been 2 months.
I have no idea.
I should probably have an idea. Because I didn't do one
Yeah,
last month.
you would know better than I would.
Okay, the last one was Prod That Pod in the day before my birthday, I guess.
Happy birthday.
No, that's when I uploaded the VOD. Wait. Do I have if only I had like a ledger in my Twitch server that announced all the interviews. I seem to have not announced this there, but I have announced it everywhere else. Okay, I'm good at social media. I need a social media manager.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. It's almost every day. Hold up. Let me announce it at the stream. Okay. The last one with Jesus is lit at 420, which was the last event. Before that was Before that was Prodigy Pod on March 28th. So it's almost been exactly 2 months since the last
Damn.
interview. Oh no. We had to get back to it. And who better to get back into it than with my dear friend, Madam Why No Why?
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi.
So, you're Peggy. What are you?
I'm Peggy. I'm a woman online. Uh, I don't know exactly what I do, because the thing is, I've just been fucking around and finding out for a while now. And through those antics, I've been finding myself in more and more wild situations. I'm an archivist, and I like to research things, and I like art, and I like toys. And I may or may not qualify as a member of the press.
May or may not? What do you mean may or may not?
I mean, they're giving me press badges at events. It doesn't feel real, though. It's real, it just doesn't feel real.
Well, I don't think a lot of that type of stuff doesn't really feel real. And even if you're there, it's like, where am I?
True.
I remember I like had a big feeling like that when I graduated university because I'm like, why am I here? I was like walking down the thing, like, what am I doing?
Well, you at least, like, went to school.
No, I know, but like even when I was in school, I'm like, why am I here?
I didn't even do that.
And that's like fine.
Yeah.
It was like kind of like multiple years of, oh, I'm like here. I'm just kind of here, and things are being said to me, and I'm not really. Well, no, I'm learning things, but like, at what cost?
It's true. I'm just learning stuff, like I said, by fucking around and finding out.
So, what is this fucking around? What are you up to right now? What are you up to?
What am I up to right now? I've just kind of gone back to my day job at this point. While I was in the process of moving, the other thing I had to deal with was going to New York Toy Fair on behalf of the website Dollect, which I co-founded with a bunch of my friends. Dollect is a toy database site that I help out with.
Can we get a link? Can we pull it up?
Can we? I'll drop Dollect in chat. Hold up. As Dollect. You could go on there. You can look at dolls if you like dolls. We even some things that aren't dolls. Just anything that's like typically associated with what would be seen as the girls aisle. Mostly because like we feel like there's a lot of really good database websites for a lot of like action figure brands, and you will see like good databases for like larger doll brands like Barbie, Bratz, Monster High, whatever, but a lot of the smaller like dolls just fall through the cracks and there's not very good documentation on those. So that's kind of our main goal.
Hmm. How did you start Dalect? And how did you and the Oomphy start Dalect? Or where did this come from?
Friend of mine, Brooke X Canadensis, she's a YouTuber. She just had this idea in her mind for a while, and she was like putting out a feeler to a bunch of her friends. And I was one of the first people to hop on just because I think it's a genuinely awesome idea.
Yeah. So, wow, 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 wow. How long has Dalek been around?
Since around summer 2023.
Do you think that?
So
Oh, sorry.
So it launched June 30th, 2023. We are getting close to our second anniversary
Uh,
next month.
do you think that how popular would you say Dalek has become since its creation?
Our are pretty damn good. I mean, enough to qualify as like a media outlet to get into like really elite press events. I forget like what our stats are looking like right now. I could check. Let's load the stats page here.
Dude, this like French music is not fitting the Peggy interview.
In the last 7 days, the website has had 32,000 views and 8,000 unique visitors.
Hmm. How fast do you think it? Do you think that Dalek started gaining traction a lot faster than initially thought it would? Or do you
Yeah,
think it's been steady?
like it blew up almost immediately to the point that like we couldn't handle all the site traffic for a bit, and we had a lot of server issues for a bit. It's been getting better though. We did some server migrations. It's been running a lot smoother. We have an entire like back-end team that's like dedicated to that. I'm just more on like general like on the general like database side, like actually like making database entries and also like overseeing the news section.
How do you think that your affiliation with Dalek is the main thing getting you into press events?
Yeah, because I'm signing up for these events under the Dalek name.
How do you think your do you think you would be able to get into events were not for Dalek?
I don't really have much of a following myself outside of it that. Like I've done a lot of things that aren't like properly tied to me in a way people realize I did that. Dialect is the one thing that we have, like, the direct numbers for, that we could just show that to people and, like, "Oh, yeah, this is a credible source." Because that's the thing where, like, industry events is that they're very particular about these types of things.
How so?
They want your exact stats, and they want you to meet a certain threshold, or else they're not letting you in. Because the thing is, like, New York Toy Fair is a private industry event, and you're not getting in there if you're not, like, directly tied to, like, a company or if you're with what they view as a reputable, press outlet.
So Dalek is being seen as a reputable press outfit now?
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh. Dude, fuck these corn nuts. Sorry.
How are those corn nuts going for you?
Dude, they like scratched the fuck out of my throat.
That's why I said, like, you didn't have to eat all those.
It's like a tiny bag of fucking corn nuts. The shit is like, they kind of, I like the crunch. Dude, I also got like potato fries. It's been so long. I haven't eaten her yet.
Damn.
She kind of like she kind of fucked up my throat a little, but like, that's okay. I kind of want it. I kind of want her in me real quick. But like for later. That's the treat for later.
Yeah.
Dialect
That's
situation.
definitely, like, one thing post Toy Fair I've been thinking about is how I need to, like, make my output other places more consistent, and I need to, like, get on the ball, like, doing more YouTube videos and such. Cause, like, the imposter syndrome was crazy, cause I'm with all of my YouTuber friends that have, like, 50K to 100K subscribers, and I'm just little 400 subscriber Peggy over here, being allowed to take pictures of whatever I want because I have the press pass and they let me into the press booth so I could get my free press coffee.
For free what?
Yeah, that's so I was only sleeping like 3 hours a night at Toy Fair because I'd come back very late to like my friend's dad's house, and then I had to get up at like 5 a.m. every day to get on the earliest train to go back to NYC, and then I'd be walking around the Javits the entire day, and like the only thing I really had to keep me like stable was at the press booth there was free coffee. Only if you're a member of the press. Nobody else gets this privilege.
Did you get the free coffee?
That's how I was surviving. It was the only thing I was consuming was coffee, nonstop.
Oh my god, I ate a donut earlier today.
Ooh.
It wasn't that great, and then I ate like a big old sandwich, and then I like fell into. You saw me take a nap for like an
Yeah, you took
hour.
a nap.
I took a fuck ass nap. I forgot eating that much bread puts you in a coma,
Yeah, you took a nap while I was playing Cookie Run.
dude. Imagine being in Cookie Run. We don't need to imagine Cookie right now. What we do need to imagine is the YouTube channel, youtube.com/admins. What the fuck's going on there?
Yeah, so I have a lot of different video ideas I want to like mess around with. So like I just do very casual videos to begin with. A lot of like a lot of little like toy and like media related like mysteries or just like stories I find interesting, because the last video I did was a lost media video. Just the type of stuff that I don't see people talking about anywhere else that I think is neat and should get discussed a little bit more.
Can we get some examples?
So like the video I uploaded today was about a lost English dub of an anime that I watched recently with my friends that was done in the Philippines, that had like an entire like very American sounding like list of name changes, and like was very large at the time, has like a lot of, you know, cultural relevance tied to it. When they released the movie in the Philippines, they were giving out like a Nissan Sentra in a giveaway tied to the movie.
Do you fuck with the Nissan Sentra?
Do you fuck with the Nissan Sentra? I don't know cars.
I don't remember what she looks like. I think she's like a standard sedan.
I don't know what a car is. I don't know how to drive.
I unfortunately know how to drive. I don't do it.
I don't have a permit.
That's okay. You can drive without a permit or a license.
Well, I still don't know how to drive.
That's okay. Neither do most people who like have cars.
Yeah, I was lucky that I was able to get my friend Josiah to go to Toy Fair with me so he could drive to New York. Shout out to Josiah, part of the Daft family.
How do you think that your toy fair situation, how do you think, well, let me rephrase. How do you think that going to toy fair has changed your approach on discussing toys?
It's made me realize that there's a lot more I could do, and also I'm better at it than I realized I was. Because I was like really nervous while I was there, and I feel like I did kind of flub some of like the early things I filmed. But people were still listening to me. Like people were still invested in like the way I talked about things. And I reported on a lot of things that a lot of people overlooked. And that was like one of my main goals there is to find things I think have potential and look interesting that nobody else is really talking about. Cause like one of the things, there's this show called Metal Card Bot. It's a Korean show by a studio called Samji. They do a show I really like called Catch Teeny Ping. And Metal Card Bot is getting a US release. The toys are getting a US release, and I was like the first person to report on that. Because again, it was like a really tiny booth. I don't think a lot of people noticed it right away. And my tweet about that blew up because a lot of Transformers YouTubers have had their eyes on those toys for a while because they're doing significantly like more interesting things than Hasbro is doing. Not like that's a challenge. Hasbro's not doing well right now. But like when that tweet blew up, I went back to that booth like a day or two later to bring one of my friends that has a larger channel to the booth so he could cover it. And they said right away, like, yeah, we saw how your tweet blew up. We wanted to contact you about that. And I'm just like, oh, I actually did a thing here. Is this what it's like being an influencer? Is this what it's like actually, reporting on things?
Influence of Peggy. Has this made you want to do it even more?
Yes. Like, I'm thinking about how I want to go about my approach from now on, because it's still, like, a very casual thing for me, because, like, a lot of this is centered around my hobbies. So I still want to view it as, like, a hobby. But, like, I'm having so much fun doing this, and I'm, like, it's really amazing me seeing the results. That, like, I do want to have, like, a bit more of a serious approach to it. Mostly, like, I feel like I gotta focus more on improving my output. Because ADHD beats my ass. I procrastinate on stuff a lot. And one of the reasons I was able to get a video out this week is because we had this stream, so I was able to force a deadline in my head on my, like, more. And I figured, oh, having a video out before stream would look really good.
Can we? Well, I was gonna think can we watch the video, but we'll get to her. We'll get to her in a bit. Is there anything? Well, I was gonna. The next question was gonna be: is there anything you plan on releasing in the future? But there's the other question of: can you give me a quick rundown of what you have released independently?
Of what I released independently, I've done a lot of various, like, vlogs and stuff. I'd say the first year of my channel is, like, very experimental. Just trying to figure out what type of content I like to do. My first few videos were, like, manga analysis and summary videos of stuff that ran in Koro comics, mostly Beyblade, because at the time I was helping out with a fan translation of Beyblade manga, so I was discussing that with a lot of people. But I feel like the first video I did, where I thought to myself, I am proud of this video, and I really like the direction it went in, is I did a video summarizing the events of Charging Top Spinner, which is this Korean animated series that's kind of like a Beyblade-like, except all the tops double as fidget spinners. And I did kind of a similar video on Balala the Fairies, except like half the video was a toy unboxing. That's another thing I want to do, is just like explore like the history of a lot of different toy lines. And I've been doing more Lost Media stuff recently, mostly Lost Dubs, because that's just something I know a lot about. But because my friend El Supersonic Q, he's another YouTuber, he's been encouraging me to do more Lost Media videos, because he says he really likes the way I like explain things and talk about things. So that's why I decided to do Jet and Joey as my most recent video, also because I just kind of had it on my mind. I feel like that is, the one benefit of ADHD, is when you're really hyper fixated on something, that makes writing a script so much easier.
Real. Actually, so real. I've had this occurrence happen so many times. Like a video I'm working on, I wrote the entire script, well, the entire first draft of it at 3 a.m. because I couldn't fall asleep, and then I reworked it into something that I can't disclose. But
3 a.m.'s always the peak hours.
real. Do you think that? Well, do you have anything coming out soon?
Coming out soon? Not really. I want to get more into the habit of having like more scripts at the same time, because like I do have a couple unfinished scripts, but I feel like I want to start those from scratch completely because I wasn't liking them. I do have like an entire list of video ideas, and I want to get into more like of a disciplined schedule, setting up scripts and planning things out.
What's the why no why hype cycle looking like in terms of videos?
In terms of videos, I do have an unscripted video I want to do soon, because I do want to still like fit in the occasional unscripted video, because since I moved, I haven't fully set up my collection yet, and I think that would be a really fun video. However, there's this giant glass fuck-ass coffee table in the middle of my room that my roommate said he was gonna help me take out, and we just both keep forgetting about it, and I can't fully set up my shelves until that shit is out of my room, and it's starting to piss me off.
With your videos, what is the inspiration you take in your presentation?
So in my presentation, I will say probably my biggest inspiration, not like just Jenny Nicholson, but a very specific Jenny Nicholson video. Hold on, let me go see if I can remember what it's called.
Dude,
I think it's the Applejack problem. Jenny Nicholson's The Applejack Problem is kind of been like the blueprint of how I like present myself in videos. That, and I take a lot of inspirations from my own peers and friends as well. Of course, the Daft Brothers, always give a shout out to the Daft Brothers. Zepp's my brother. He's my Daft brother. And as I previously mentioned, the co-founder of Dollect Ex Canadensis.
I'm biting my lip.
Oh my god, me too.
You like ended the sentence while I was like fucking got my fucking my like lip was stuck in my teeth.
It'd be like that sometimes.
real. So how long have you been at the YouTube game?
I'd say about a year at this point. Technically, my channel is older because I did like experiment with videos in like 2018, 2019. And I'd call that the pilot Why No Why era that has like a completely different style to the videos. And while I still like those videos, I just don't feel like they fit with the current tone of the channel. So I have them privated. But the first Why No Why video was uploaded in January 2024. So yeah, it's been over a year now since I've started doing this.
Now it's time to address the hole in the room of the Daft Bros. What is that?
The Daft Bros is a channel run by two of my closest friends, Zepp and Cody, but we also stream together. The Super Daft Bros is Zepp and Cody plus me and our friend Josiah, and we were doing streams like twice a week. We've been on hiatus though because Zepp and Cody were actually moving in together. So once we come back to stream, they're both going to be on the face cam and I'm going to be a disembodied voice haunting them.
The Spectre.
But we basically have what I describe as like a toy news podcast, mostly focused on like Beyblade and like other, adjacent hobby toy stuff. A lot of bullying Hasbro. We hate Hasbro.
What is the Daft? There's also the Daft Bros YouTube channel. Can you explain what goes on there?
That's where Zepp does his own like video essays and stuff, sort of like in a similar kind of like subject matter to me. He goes over toy history and stuff. His most recent video was about the material science of Beyblade that I'd really recommend.
Can you give a quick summary can you sell it to us like you're like Patrick Bateman it?
Imagine if Bill Nye was like a theater kid that's a straight guy that could pass as a gay guy and was telling you about Beyblade.
Within your output and a lot of what you've done, Beyblade is a reoccurring topic, and you go into that.
I just think it's neat. Like, it's kind of one of those things that has always been in my periphery most of my life. But then like shortly around after lockdown, I just kind of fell in love with it the more I kind of investigated it and the culture around it. Cuz there's a lot more going on than you would think there is. Cuz like tops are one of humanity's oldest toys. So it makes sense that like something deep within us just thinks we have to innovate on the spinning top, right? That we're always pushing the concept of a spinning top further. And Beyblade kind of perfected the formula of that.
What got you into Beyblade?
I really like watching things go really fast and slam into each other. I like violence.
Were you by any chance, since we're on the Twitch.Tuvalu channel, did you by any chance ever happen across the Cutie Cinderella Beyblade tournament?
I don't know if I'm familiar with that one.
32 streamers play Beyblade.
That does sound pretty based.
I think she's done it for like 2 years. I don't know if she's doing it again. Because I remember you discussing Beyblade tournament, and I was thinking, and this was the first thing to come to mind.
Yeah, I shockingly have yet to go to a proper tournament in real life. I've been to like free play events and such, but I have yet to like compete in a true tournament. I really wanted to go to nationals, but of course, again, because we hate Hasbro, they announced it last minute, and it's in Los Angeles. And I can't afford to go to Los Angeles.
Ayo.
And you gotta go to Anime Expo, and you gotta be one of the first 128 people there to register for Beyblade Nationals.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello? Okay.
You going to Beyblade Nationals, Forrest?
Probably not. I'm afraid of Anime Expo.
That's fair.
It seems like the busiest thing you can be in. It seems like I'm going to be in someone's arm. Well, that doesn't sound well. We're not gonna be a pervert on the interview. Hello. I'm
Yeah.
joking. Anyway,
When are you not a pervert?
you know. So we've gone over the Why No Why discography, but we haven't yet. There's still much more to go over. But before we do, how would you describe your presence as an individual on the computer to a 13-year-old coal miner in Germany, and who cannot afford a simple cabbage and has to continually steal them from the market, but the shopkeeper is like chill with it. Then the child gets caught by the police and gets thrown in prison from the year 1830.
Well, I feel like that child has like a lot going on
Well,
and would not give a shit about what I'm doing. Also, like a child from Germany who's in the coal mines, would this child even speak English?
you would speak German fluently.
Okay, I was gonna say like I can't speak German, but if this hypothetical I'm speaking
And the
German,
child
like,
is, for whatever reason, interested in your story. Like you write a memoir.
um, I talk about like the historical relevance of childhood playthings and like the impact they had with the people that grew up with them.
Well, I'm talking about you, the why no why in the room, not the why no
Well,
why.
I thought like this is how I'd explain it to the coal miner child.
But how would you explain yourself to the coal miner child?
I'll explain myself. I'm just a guy.
There we go. No, how would you describe? No, how would you describe what you do to like Dalek subscriber number 50 who wants to give you money on Patreon but doesn't know where to like support, and wants to know who is Peggy?
Um, I'm really nosy and I like archiving things.
And now, how would you describe what you do to this individual?
I go out of my way to make sure I get the things other people don't.
Real me when I steal.
Yeah.
Me when I steal toys from 8-year-old because they're limited edition.
I, I'm too nice to do shit like that.
What if the kid had bad vibes?
If the kid had bad vibes, well, then the parents could deal with that.
What if the
It's
kid
not my
had
problem.
What if the kid had bad vibes around you?
I'd ignore it. I have better things to worry
But had
about.
had like a limited edition thing that you could like that you were like searching for. And you could very easily scam the child. Would you scam the child?
It's too much energy. I always find a way. Okay, so the thing about me being nosy is that I literally said this to this one person at Toy Fair, right? I was going around helping my friend Jet Kuso film B-roll for his Toy Fair videos. Not out yet, so I guess like look out for those if you're interested. But like we were at a booth, I think it was called Toss It. These were like these suction cup darts, and I just start chatting with the people working there, and I just say like, yeah, I kind of ended up here on accident because I'm really nosy. And this French chick is just like, oh, you are nosy? So am I. I just think about that a lot.
Dude, if only there were French people that we could call upon.
Dude, shout out to France.
Maybe not that one. Thank you for the follow. So, you, as the entity Miss Y, there's a lot more going on than what has been disclosed as to your presence on the internet, which a lot of it has to do with the person behind the screen right now. We somehow got so disconnected that you're on a computer and I'm in 5,000 years in the future. Don't know what happened there. What were we up to?
I don't know.
Ooh,
Hmm.
I wonder. Must have been the wind.
Yeah.
We talked about this on like the like faux interview. I don't know if we retread
Yeah.
this. Well, probably retread this because
Yeah.
it's the official one because the other one is not archived.
So I was watching this documentary recently about one of my all-time favorite J-pop idol groups, Brand New Idol Society, and like also just scanning like skimming Wikipedia and stuff. And a lot of it was stuff I already know, but it still just had me like thinking about things of how Beast started because poor Lou just wanted to troll her manager specifically. And I'm just like, that's how a lot of my craziest things start, is when I'm just trying to troll one friend specifically. And one of the biggest examples of that was when I made this blog on Tumblr called Hershey Chocolate World, and I just kind of started fucking with Forrest on there. And then it went like actually like normie viral.
Yeah, I kind of hate her. I kind of hate her.
Dude, I saw someone was like reblogging and replying to a bunch of my posts the other day, like begging Hershey to come back, and I just kind of like took a screen cap on one of the replies and posted it with the "just let it go, brah, it's over" image.
Well, we could probably pivot it. Just be like, if you miss Hershey, watch Salad Force. It's not going to be Hershey involved, but you're going to see one of
Yeah,
them.
I thought about posting a link to this like tonight's stream on Hershey, but I didn't give enough of a shit.
Yeah, I like kind of hate her, and I also kind of love her because the Hershey stream. I'm not gonna lie, I took down because I'm tired of her. But
Yeah.
I will be forever grateful to you and the situation, and I guess the wider internet because it's the reason I'm like here today streaming. So they gave me
Yeah,
something
I
to
mean,
do.
like, I feel a lot different about it because I was not nearly as directly tied to it
Yeah,
as you were. I was kind of like a mystery figure. I was masked the entire time. You were directly named.
yeah.
And part of me felt bad about it, but at the same time, like I said, it wasn't something that was meant to blow up like that. I was just trying to do a silly bit with my friend.
Oh yeah, that the nature of online is that sometimes a bit just like gets out of hand, and people just kind of find it,
Yeah.
and it blows up for no good reason. And I
Like
think
I
a bit of it was like, oh, pandemic. Oh, the pandemic situation is crazy.
yeah.
But yeah, despite me kind of hating her, me also kind of being like, okay, thank you, is like, let it be known, I'm obviously not upset with you at all. Because
Yeah.
like it's like the worst it is, the worst it's ever been is it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Like the worst it ever was a little poster sheet where people would ask for more of something that was not happening,
Yeah.
and like that died off pretty quickly. Uh, but like I said, it gave me the initial like thing to stream, and it gave me the initial audience that, you know, I don't know how much I retain to this day. I know at least two
Yeah.
people. And it's also like a fun story to bring up because there have been multiple instances where people have recognized me as the Hershey person in other people's Twitch chats, or have not seen me, not known that was me because my blog name on that is different from everything else. But when I say, "Oh, that was me," they're like, "Oh, you're that Tumblr post. I remember that." And I'm like, "Yeah." I don't remember how many people like watched the stream, but I know a lot of people saw the post.
Yeah.
And on occasion, there's
Like,
someone from there.
I have a friend IRL who was working at a library, like, near Hershey, and overheard a bunch of random kids making a joke about that post.
That's fucked.
Because that's, like, another thing is, like, one of, like, the motivations behind the Hershey blog is that that's literally local to me. So that's why, like, it was such an inside joke between me and a bunch of my friends. Like, I've been to Hershey God knows how many times in my life.
You hate her?
I hate Hershey Park, but Hershey Chocolate World always will hold a special place in my heart.
Dude, why is Hershey chocolate so bad?
You don't get it.
I thought you hated her too.
No?
Oh shit. I hate her. I hate her. She tastes like spit and vomit.
You don't get it.
I guess I need to hop on the vomit train a little bit more. However, I do like a kiss, but like the dark one with like a peanut in it.
Yeah.
Or like an
And
almond?
I did meet one friend from Hershey because I did have like the IRL meetup with a couple of like people I know. And there was one person that came from New York that I still talk to and met up with a couple other times afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you explain what the Hershey meetup was?
So, like, I originally wasn't gonna do anything because it was still kind of COVID times. I didn't feel comfortable, but things were starting to clear up enough that I was like, okay, I guess, we all mask up, we're all vaccinated, we could have, like, a couple people come, but I'm gonna announce it, like, last minute so it's not, like, a huge thing. And I said, like, yeah, I don't have a plan. I'm just gonna bring a Beyblade Stadium with me and sit outside a Hershey Chocolate World, and if anyone wants to, like, challenge me, and, like, a handful of people came to spectate, and the one person I still talk to today is the only person that came up, like, geared up, ready to go.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Should we like recount the day real quick?
Like, we did a charity stream, we got a decent amount of money.
Yeah.
It was a silly little Minecraft event.
Yeah. We like didn't know how big we didn't know how big the post was until like a few days before.
No, I was aware because I kept seeing it reposted fucking everywhere.
No, I know, but I didn't know how much of the momentum like still tracked like multiple years later. Because the post was made in 2019.
It was trending like a day or like leading up to it on Twitter.
Yeah, so we like announced a stream like at most 3 days beforehand, I believe.
Yeah.
Like it was like we knew how big the event. We knew that it was kind of like a big thing, and we were thinking of like doing a charity stream, but it was like up in the air like a month prior.
I kind of
Uh,
wanted to do an entire ARG briefly, but I was just going through so much shit IRL that I did not have the energy for that because it was like a very fucked time period for me personally.
yeah. And then we like scrapped that idea, and then we didn't really think about it for a bit. And then a few days before, I was like, "Oh shit, we need to do an event. Minecraft."
I was still like, posting cryptic posts and shit leading up to it. Like, I was still relatively active on Tumblr.
Yeah, but there wasn't like a whole ARG going on.
I still had like remnants of an ARG.
Okay, I thought it was mostly advertising.
I did like one or two puzzles, and the last puzzle was just like, yeah, I kind of wanted to do more, but it ended up not panning out that way.
Hmm. Uh, God, I like can't remember like that much leading up to it, other than like building the Minecraft world the few days before,
Yeah.
and then the event happened, and I remember the number of like viewers was really high, and it freaked everyone out.
Yeah, I remember like I didn't even have Wi-Fi at home at the time, so I had to go to a friend's house. And they just like let me stay in their room while they were downstairs, and they came up briefly and like quietly knocked on the door, and then left up like a plate on the floor outside of the door that had like dino nuggies and ketchup and a Mike's Hard iced tea, and just like had a note saying like "We love you" from mom and dad, and that's what I ate while we were streaming.
I don't think I ate anything that whole day because I remember the day before I didn't get any sleep because I was like fucking nervous.
Yeah.
And then I was like, because initially I thought the maximum amount of viewers we're gonna get is like 200.
And
And
then I was freaking out leading up to the stream, thinking we were gonna be late because like we ended up leaving Hershey a little late, and also I had to piss like a motherfucker.
yeah, and oh my god, I remember that because you were a little late, like not bad late, just like a little.
Yeah, like yeah, like we were going as fast as the speed limit would allow us to.
And it was
Like
like,
literally in the car, shaking, like, oh, I'm gonna be late for stream. I'm gonna be late for stream.
and then the event started, and oh my god, I can't watch the VOD, partly for like personal reasons. The other part is, holy shit, I was so awkward on camera because I never did that before.
Yeah,
Like we never, like I don't know if you streamed before that.
I hadn't.
Yeah, I had streamed beforehand, but not in like I'm streaming to be and entertaining on Twitch. It was just I'm streaming so my friends can create clips of our Discord calls.
Yeah.
But after that, I was like, wait, I can keep doing this, and then it gave me the bug, and then I VTuber modeled, and now I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it helped that I had more of a character I was playing.
Yeah,
And I had like this silly voice mod on the entire time that made me sound like Billy the Jigsaw puppet from Saw.
and I was just me. Also, ad break
Yeah.
starting in 10 seconds. If you don't want
Oh
ads, give
god.
us money. We're gonna give you hot takes for 3 minutes. You get hot takes for $5, $6. I don't know how much subs are. They keep changing it. If you're on iOS, it's fucking like more. I remember like subscribing to someone on like iOS and going like, why'd I do that?
That's fucked up.
It's because
Like
Apple gives.
why? Fuck Apple.
Yeah, dude, Apple is so fucking annoying.
That's why I refuse to use any Apple products.
I unfortunately have to use Apple products for VTuber reasons.
Ew.
Well, I'm sorry for being a VTuber. It's not my fault. There is.
Well, no, I don't blame you for being a VTuber. I just hate Apple. That's
Oh no, I do
you
with.
and Apple.
Oh no, I do as well. Like I hate having to buy a fuck ass expensive phone that kind of isn't it to have one feature that I need for what I do. Cause oh my god, it's like so.
Why can't Android do it?
That's because Apple has invested so fucking much into face stuff for Face ID, and that makes ARKit really fucking good. Like
That's fucked up.
miles ahead of Android stuff. I think Google is starting to catch up, but it's probably going to be like a while until they're on the same level.
That's
For
bullshit.
yeah, I mean it's only going to be like specifically for the Pixel. So I am stuck in iPhone world. Blah.
I feel so bad for you.
It's okay. I'll manage. I can probably like if I when I get a new phone, I'll probably just keep my current phone and get an Android phone as my main thing, and just have the iPhone be for VTubing, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because I think the meta now is you buy an iPhone X for like how much is an iPhone X, and just use that for tracking. Like just use it for that.
Yeah.
I'm checking eBay.
I need a new phone in general, but that's because like I dropped my phone a couple times and it looks like it got shot.
Oof. Yeah, iPhone X is $130 on eBay used. Okay, that's not terrible. Get a, I don't know what phones. I don't know what the phone. I don't know if phones are out right now. The only thing I like have to look out for is like Apple doing some crazy AR kit shit. Speaking of, is it on iPhone 17 yet? Or is it 18? 25% tariff? Oh my god, the economy? Thoughts on the economy?
I don't know much about money or the economy, but I know it's not good right now.
Have you been hit by any terrorists buying stuff?
I just like instantly had to stop personal spending outside of like thrifting, which I mean, like, I was kind of going a bit bad with the impulse spending there for a moment. I will admit, I kind of needed that kick in the ass, but like, I haven't been doing much besides like basic groceries. But
Understandable.
like, I've noticed, like, obviously, with the space I'm in the toy collecting space, that has been our big topic recently. Like, I just see people going through the toy aisles at like Walmart or Target and just documenting how instantly the prices jumped up on a lot of things. Like, when it got to the point that Donald J. Trump himself was talking about doll discourse in Mattel, that's how you know it's not good.
And we're out of ad break. Uh, you missed every conversation ever. You missed the $1 million question. You missed the $2 million question. It's so
Yeah,
fucking over.
we're talking about tariffs in the toy industry. Which, what I said, if you missed me saying it because of the ad break, when it got to the point that Donald J. Trump himself was weighing in on the toy industry, that's when you know we're in a bad situation.
So we move on to the next section of interview. Inspiration. What got you into this? Like, what specifically got you into toy world?
I've just always thought that it's neat from like a design perspective and an artistic perspective. And like a lot of them hold more meaning and have more thought put behind them than you would realize. Like, it's how I feel a lot of art is that even the most inconsequential thing to some people, someone had to sit down and make that. Someone had to sit down and design that. Somebody had to sculpt the prototype. Somebody had to like make the concept art. Somebody had to source the fabric. Somebody had to decide what hair type to use. And sometimes they'll be stupid and choose polypropylene. But that's not something people here are prepared to hear me rant about.
It might be. Is there any specific was there any specific toy or person that got you into all of this they can point to?
I feel like one of the big things. Well, first of all, growing up chronically online as a child, I got exposed to a lot of different fan sites, and I feel like that kind of, in a way, had a domino effect into what I do with Dollect, because as a child, I was looking through, like, Sailor Moon archival sites, I was looking through Strawberry Shortcake archival sites, and I think, like, at the point when I started, like, getting a bit older, and I started going from viewing this stuff like purely as like cartoons and playthings to like something that has actual meaning behind it was the point when Monster High came out. And that was the point where I started considering myself a collector. Because Monster High really is one of the most influential lines of this millennium, probably. Like, fighting for that title with Bratz, but Monster High has more meaning to me personally, just as like one of the main things about Monster High is that it was created by a gay man, and there's just such like queer energy to the whole line itself.
Isn't one of the main girlies non-binary?
Yeah, in the current reboot of Monster High, Frankie's non-binary now.
Let's fucking go.
And there was it seems like it might have been canceled now because Mattel sucks, but there was supposed to be a Frankie doll that was originally supposed to release last year. Now it might still be releasing in Pride Month, we're not sure. That's literally just GSA President Frankie.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll pull up a picture. I'll pull up the Dollect article actually.
Put it on screen.
Yeah. So everyone could see GSA Frankie. Link in chat to the Dalect article for GSA Frankie.
Oh my god. Has it been released
Yeah.
anywhere?
So a few people have it just because they managed to scam Mattel by like going to their customer service and saying they need a replacement for it.
Oh my god.
Those are the only people that have this doll right now. Is just literally lying and getting it for free. So like they clearly produced some of them, but it just keeps getting delayed and we don't know what the situation is, and like given the current state of like the culture we're in, people are getting really nervous on whether this is going to see like shelves at all.
Yeah. I'm like reading a comment on here that's crazy. I don't want to put anyone on blast. However, you did publicly post you did kind of publicly post your a whole name on the
Yeah.
website with the phrase thanks DEI reform. Not to name names, but also you did kind of post that there.
Yeah.
Hello. It is very funny. It is very funny to be given a doll.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um
Monster High, more like DEI high.
oh my god.
And that's why it's awesome.
How do you feel your inspiration and goal with what you do has changed since you started?
Like, I feel like I have more of a clear idea of what I want to do. Because I just kind of do things and I don't really think that far ahead as to how they're gonna go. And it definitely helps to see how people respond to them, right? And how other people view what you're doing. That's how I realized, like, oh, I could actually be like doing something with this other than just like screwing around.
Yeah. Have there been this has been answered earlier, but have there been any events or people that have changed the way you approach this besides Dalect and the besides the and Toy Fair?
Yeah. Like, other than that, I don't have like much to add on that one.
Understandable. Oh fuck. Have there been any line recently, doll line or piece of media recently involving what you do that has resonated with you?
So, like, getting to meet with the people that make this type of stuff at Toy Fair has definitely changed how I view a lot of things. Getting to meet with like smaller companies specifically, because we went to talk to Sepia twice. Sepia, their most well line is probably Zuzu Pets, but right now they're doing a line called Decora Girls. And just getting to like meet the people behind those really like changed my perspective on like the current state of the industry, and also gave me a deeper appreciation for Decora Girls specifically. They're a Japanese fashion inspired line, and they've been working with like actual like J fashion influencers to make sure, you know, they don't screw anything up. and they make sure it's like authentic to the communities they're trying to represent.
What about that line has resonated with you specifically?
Like, I myself am a big fan of a lot of Japanese fashion styles, but just also knowing like the heart that's going into the line and seeing how they're going after certain gaps in the market, and also how they had to fight to get these dolls on shelves. Because one thing they told us is that the first wave was a blind box line, specifically because Walmart forced them to be a blind box line, and they don't like having to make people gamble. But gambling is unfortunately one of the biggest trends in the industry right now.
What do you think of that trend of the blind box situation?
I do like gambling. I will be honest. But I feel like it has to be under a certain price point for me to be comfortable with it. Like anything under like like anything under $10, that's fine. Once we start getting in like the $15, $20 range, you're asking too much. Especially if I like end up with a double or something, that's how you end up with like this type of stuff flooding secondhand. And also just the lines that have like big obnoxious packaging that you can't do anything with afterwards, because there was a blind box Monster High line where it's like semi blind box, you do know exactly what you're getting, but you end up with this giant plastic box that you can't really do anything with. And I've been seeing them at Goodwill constantly because kids don't care about those. And I wouldn't care about that either. As a collector, I don't with that like taking up space in my closet.
Do you think that blind box is an industry trend, or do you think or do you think it's same as it ever was?
Like a trend, but the thing is, this trend has been going on for like a decade now because it farms good YouTube content for YouTube kids. Like that's the main reason it keeps going. Is that they can make so many YouTube shorts out of these.
Do you think that besides like outside of a collector outside of a collector uh base, do you think that blind boxes are ultimately good or bad or neutral for the average toy enjoyer?
Again, I feel like it depends on price range and how much of the blind box is actually like usable and part of the experience more than one time. Because a lot of the time, it'll just be like a one-use thing where you open it and there isn't really much you could do after that. If you could find a way to like organically fit it into part of the play pattern after the initial unboxing, then I think it could work.
What do you think of? Well, so far a lot of the lines you've mentioned have been like franchise brand.
Yeah.
What do you think of ones that are more targeted towards like a general audience slash an adult audience, such as like the Labubu situation or the Sunny Angel situation?
Labubu feels like an industry plant. Like, I never saw these bitches in my life until like a month ago. Where the fuck did these come from? This is a psyop. I do not believe the propaganda called Labubu.
Do you hate her or do you like her?
I mean, it's cute. But where the fuck did it come from?
I like hate her. Sorry, I hate her. I think she's so ugly.
Like, I remember seeing a lot of similar things at Toy Fair, so like I kind of had a warning in that regard. That like this obviously was like more of a thing in China and like the other markets where Pop Mart originates in.
Yeah.
And I don't really follow like the Pop Mart trends as much as other people.
The Pop Mart. Do you think Pop Mart's becoming a bubble?
A little bit, because I think that's where a lot of the resellers are going to be focusing their efforts in the future.
I
And I've seen people reselling them for like horrendous, disgusting prices already.
I was gonna say I have like noticed specifically like Sunny Angel and Labubu and the other one Smithkey, like those are the big three that I see whenever like I see a fuck ton of resales of the same like four different like toys on
Yeah.
Depop when I'm looking for like stuff completely unrelated,
Yeah.
or like on secondhand stores it's like, oh, this person's also selling random Labubu, and it's like, where are all these coming from?
And most of the people reselling these are just like straight up sick in the head.
I think I am tired of gambling.
Yeah.
I think I kind of hate her. I think I kind of really hate her.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of I don't know. Am I inappropriate to say I think it's kind of bad?
Like, I do appreciate a lot of the companies making the toys really want to move away from it. It's just unfortunately the retailers really like blind boxes.
Oh, of course.
And yeah.
Like it makes sense. It's like a little gamba, and it's like kind of what you want anyway, and it's like sometimes it's part of the experience. No, then it
Yeah.
and like getting the blind box itself is an experience, and I think that's like kind of cool, but it also feels like a lot of the time, especially with like big retailers, it feels a little evil, and it kind of
Yeah.
feels insanely wasteful
Yeah.
because a lot of the time there's going to be people who want to buy a bunch of them just to get like a specific rare one, but then in doing so, there's just a lot of waste created, and it's kind of like,
Like, oh, you gotta get the Mr. Beast Labs briefcase for $60 to get the gold beast swarm.
yeah, and I kind of hate that.
Yeah.
However, I'm not in the toy industry. I buy blind boxes every once in a while.
Yeah.
But like it makes complete sense because that's how you make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna like fault like indie people like making money because you need to like sell shit. Also, it's like fun. It's like fun until you're like, scratch ticketing it.
Yeah.
What do you think of? Well, you say you didn't follow any Pop Mart stuff. There was another one that predates that not doesn't predate Pop Mart, but it was like big over here, and I don't remember the name of it. Hold up. Dude, all I can my brain is occupied by Sunny Angels right now.
The thing about Sunny Angels is that like I always mix them up with the Cupid dolls.
Sunny Angels kind of looked like the Precious Moments thing, but like with a little less swag, if I'm allowed to say this.
Yeah.
Wait, do you have opinions on Precious Moments?
I have a lot of friends that are big in the precious moments, but they're like not my thing personally. I was very disappointed when I went to the precious moments booth at Toy Fair because they had a bunch of AI art on the walls.
Oh, speaking of the AIR conversation in the room, do you think that AI slop is going to infect toy design?
It already has,
Can you
unfortunately.
can you explain
Like
how?
there's been leaks from Mattel directly explaining like the easiest ways to incorporate AI in your design work that is like directed to their employees, and they've been firing a lot of their like senior designers recently because they said they need to like cut budget and stuff, and it's very obvious that they're going to be supplementing those people with AI, and there's already been like they've already like directly admit like, oh yeah, we're using AI in a lot of our package designs,
Hmm.
and it's really depressing that like like they like pretty much are getting as direct as they could be without 100% saying it, like we're using AI just so we don't have to pay people. I think that's like the most like egregious part of it.
Yeah. Do you think that this will also break as a bubble?
Fucking hope. I can only hope. Like, it has to come to the point. There has to be like some kind of, breaking point with this. There has to be some kind of regulation, though. I've heard apparently there was a bill recently, trying to push against regulations because, U.S. federal government, awesome like that.
America be like, we need more money.
Yeah.
We need more money. We need less artists. We hate artists over here.
They hate artists and they hate the toy industry. Trump himself called Mattel a country. Like, I'm still reeling over that one. The country of Mattel, his exact words.
What was? I'm sorry. What was up with what's going on?
Like when in discussions of tariffs, toys are one of the things that people have been debating about specifically. And he's saying like, "Oh, the country of Mattel can handle it."
Okay, well.
Yeah, and he's just like, "Kids, they don't need 20 dolls. They only need like 3 or 4 dolls." And I'm just like, I mean, yeah, but also that's not the fucking point.
What would you say the point is? With the dolls, not with the economy.
Like, honestly, I feel like dolls are kind of the last thing we should be worrying about with tariffs, and we're kind of just using this as a distraction. But still, like I said, there's real people designing these. There's real people making these. And this will, like, drastically affect their jobs.
Yeah.
Like I said, like, I don't do economy, I don't do business, I don't do money, but I can still tell this might not end super well.
Yeah. You're a toys fanatic. Can you explain what do you think of the can you explain what do you find to be the prime importance of toys in people's lives? From child to or adult, either or maybe both.
Just like it's very much like inspires creativity in all of us, no matter the age, right?
Yeah.
Because even like an adult playing with a Labubu, I still know most people buying the Labubus are like dressing them up and shit.
Yeah. Like, I can think they're ugly, but I'm happy to see anyone like enjoying themselves with something.
Yeah, even like something as silly as like dressing up your Labubu, you're using your brain there. You're being creative.
Yeah. I've been thinking about like dolls and like their importance to people very recently, like a lot recently, because my stepdad just got some toys, some old 90s Star Wars toys,
Yeah.
like old unboxed, like open stuff. Oh my god, it's Wider Malphon. Sorry, I got Malphon jump scared. Hold up. So my stepdad recently got a bunch of toys from Star Wars, 90 Star Wars, because he really, really likes Star Wars. And
Yeah.
he was like, it was like one of the happiest I've seen him, because it's something that reminded him of his childhood, something that was very, very important to him. And from the outset, I can imagine someone seeing it as like, oh, this is weird, this is a little silly. But like, that doesn't really matter. It's imagination, it's encapsulating like a sense that only really a toy can give, even like from a child to an adult. Like, adults love Funko Pops, the like millennials love Funko Pops.
Yeah.
And
But even even building a display, there's a lot of creativity that goes into that. You have to like use your brain for that. Display building is one of my favorite parts of the collecting process. But I just like I'm the type of person that likes like really insane eclectic displays. But even then, like even if I think Funko Pops are disgusting, I still have seen some pretty decent looking Funko Pop displays.
yeah, they're a bit disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, people like playing with stuff. People like showing off things they like. Obviously,
Yeah.
obviously there come the point where it's just like, why am I doing this?
It's a very human thing though, right?
Yeah.
we are alive and we are enjoying ourselves.
Yeah. And like a lot of people, adults, children, like with a child, it's very like the situation doesn't really change that much when you're like an adult,
Yeah.
I think, honestly. The difference is you're not like putting Barbie in your mouth. The difference is you're putting Barbie in like a diorama.
Yeah.
You're still playing with Barbie. And
Yeah.
like me, I personally don't really collect dolls. The things I collect, well, no, I don't collect dolls, but I do often, I do like on occasion, no, I do often like get plushes, and I like holding them. I like seeing them. There are things I like.
Yeah.
They make me feel comfortable. And it's always like a comforting face to see something from something that brings you joy. Like I have two Toho plushes and a Toho figurine and an Oral figurine with a little carbuncle on it. I love her. I love her. I love her.
Last So like last year, my buddy Zepp, was briefly a Twitter main character because people got really pissed off at him for calling Nendoroids toys and saying they're something you play with. When he's literally right.
Yeah, like you can change the faces on them.
Yeah, you could change the faces, you could change the pose, you could they have accessories and stuff. Nendoroids are toys.
Honestly, I think that most things are toys.
Literally though.
Yeah, like the only time it's not a toy is when you have a straight up statue.
Yeah.
And like that's a little different because that's a straight up statue. Like you don't play with the statue, you kind of like gawk at it and are like awooga. You awooga
Yeah.
at the like immaculate like fabric and like the large breasted like Greek woman without
Yeah.
arms.
Yeah, and I'm just like, damn, I wish my tits looked like that.
Right? Or like you see like a twink,
Yeah.
or like you see like an old statue of a Greek twink in like fucking second century like BC, and you're like, wow, I need him, but also I need to look like him, but also like maybe a bit more meat on the penis. Am I right, gamers?
True.
But the toy situation is crazy because
The
even
toy situation is crazy.
because like people just like looking. I think like collecting things. I think there was a study I read one time about how if you collect stuff, it makes your brain. It like kind of makes your brain happy. It doesn't matter what it is, just
Yeah.
like having the thing you like and collect is like an integral part of being human. And for a lot of people, it's like a toy or like thing they like. It's like the things you like. You collect the things you like. A lot of the time, it's toy because it's like so playful.
Yeah.
For me, when I collect personally, I collect cassettes because I like songs and albums. And I like touching things. I like having things in my hand. I like giving someone my favorite rock. Like an otter. You know how otter, that they like you, they'll give you their favorite rock for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like that was people. We are otters.
Yeah, I really like CDs. I like I like CDs and I like DVDs and I do enjoy physical media. We love physical media.
Who talks to otter? This is made up. When you go to a gay club. No, it's crows and otters. Both of them do that.
It's like when I was living with my friends at my previous apartment and their cat Mitt really liked me and she'd come into my room all the time trying to give me live mice.
Like what?
Live mice.
Can you explain what a mitt is?
It's like a creature of some kind.
How do you play with
Do you-
how do you play with toys?
Uh like I said, I mainly like doing displays and such. Um I will occasionally like redress a doll. That kind of that type of thing. I don't really get into like the whole restyle thing like a lot of doll collectors do. But sometimes I'll get a doll where I really like, the doll itself, but the outfit is mid, so I do enjoy doing that. And then taking I do want to like do more photos and stuff. I haven't done photos that much in a while. But the other thing I collect besides dolls is I really like battle hobby toys, like the Beyblade and Beyblade adjacent things. And I feel like that's another, like, kind of different genre of toy, because that's really based off of, like, human connection. Because you need to have another active participant with you to play with those types of toys. And, like,
Ignore that. Ignore that.
yeah,
Ignore
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Ignore that.
You good? You
No,
good,
I'm
buddy?
no, I'm good. Sorry, I accidentally put something in the screen that I shouldn't have put in yet.
Oh, well, I didn't see, so I'm gonna act like nothing happened.
Yeah, nothing happened.
So the best way I can explain Beyblade is back when the third generation was launched. The original Japanese company behind it, Takara Tomy, they described it as a communication hobby. And I really agree with the sentiment because you really connect with a person when you are playing like a game like that with them.
Yes. I think a huge part of being human is kind of. I think okay. I'm gonna be an essentialist real quick. I think 90% of things are toys. I think everyone
Oh,
inherently
yeah,
wants to play toys.
100%. 100%.
Like video game is toys. Like VTubing, what I'm doing right now. Like
Yeah.
me putting shit on screen, making it together. Like this is all toys. I want to have fun, and I want to make sure other people have fun, or I want to
Yeah.
make sure other people feel something. Like
Yeah.
and the reason I do what I do is because I want to connect with people. I want other people to connect, or I want other people to feel seen. And a lot of the time it's have fun and play toys. And that's like the best way to communicate like a lot of everything.
Yeah.
Like making music is toys. Like we are playing with each other. There's like an intimacy with playing music with other people that is shared with playing toys with other people. Like
Yeah.
it is like the play. That is the kind of like everyone playing with toys in a little arena.
Literally though.
And it's fun. It's fun, it's connection.
Yeah.
Sometimes you play toys wrong and you get walled on Counter-Strike. And I was like, what are you doing? I don't want to play with you anymore. I want to go to the store and buy Labubu.
I don't think it's playing with toys wrong. I just think, you're playing Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike is toys, unfortunate to tell you.
Yeah, but I don't think you're playing wrong.
That's true.
I think that's just like the experience of playing Counter-Strike. That is the intended play pattern of Counter-Strike. I love just using fucking industry terms like that sometimes because they're just very funny, right?
Yeah.
Like just calling something a play pattern.
Okay. So, Toys
Yeah.
World. What is the evil toy? What do you hate? Who do you hate?
Who do I hate?
What toy do you hate? Wait, this is for wait, this is for the ad break. We're not on an ad break. Hold up. Hold the fucking phone. This isn't hot take time. This is Peggy time.
There's not a lot of things I really hate anyway. I'm so full of love.
Okay. I shake you.
Yeah. I will say, there was this line, I think it was called it was from Jack's Pacific, called Wild Mains that came out recently, because Hasbro, they always, like, fumble the ball on everything. And My Little Pony is kind of on pause right now, so all the other toy companies are trying to come up with their best colorful horse toy. And Wild Mains was really boring, to the point where, like, I'm not gonna name names, but I was talking like directly to some designers from another toy company trying to put out some colorful horses, and they said to me directly, like, dude, I hate Wild Mains. We need to be better than them.
Oh my god. Trouble in the toy world.
Things are getting serious in the pink aisle.
But on to the next question. Are there any is there any toy currently influencing what you do right now, or any not any toy but anything in general just influencing what you do right now with what you do press wise, video wise, otherwise?
So like I feel like in general my desire to create more right now, like this is just the field I've kind of landed myself in, but I do want to like create more generally. And I promise this isn't like, you know, me like just being nice because I'm on your stream, but like legitimately seeing the stuff you're doing and what you're pulling off
Smile,
makes me want to like push myself harder.
smile. It's funny how this has gone both ways because you doing all the stuff for me initially in like Hershey World made me want to become better at like doing things.
Yeah.
Like genuinely the Hershey impact. Genuinely to the Hershey impact did so much, was life changing to me. Like I've met so
Yeah.
many people, I've done so many things since then. And before that, I didn't think I could do anything artistically at all, or that anyone would give a shit about anything I do.
Yeah.
Because I do struggle with the situation of thinking everything I do is going to be misinterpreted and suck, and I'm not going to resonate with anyone because people don't relate to me, people don't know who I am, I don't experience the world like other people, and that nothing I say will matter. These are things that I think, but being there and seeing, oh, there are people who don't who like understand the bit, who are here for the bit, who I have attention, people are giving me attention, I like having attention. People are having attention, and I'm like, and this is like doing things for people, like people are feeling things, I'm making people laugh, I'm making people like happy. And I guess before that, I never considered the fact that I could have that impact on other people on like a scale that isn't personal. And then I realized that what I say, what I write, what I do can do something instead of just like I do research that I think is boring.
Yeah.
So thank you, Peggy. Smile.
Thank you.
And
Like that's one thing that I've legitimately forgot. I mean, and not what the fuck am I saying? That's something I've like legitimately thought about a lot recently, right? Where like just seeing what you're doing, and also just like you like asking me like jokes about like my Oshi and stuff a lot. Because the other thing is that like one of my big interests like is idol culture and J-pop idol culture, and how much of like VTubing culture was born out of it. It is like something that is on my radar, even if I haven't paid much attention to VTubers since like early 2020. Just to, like I'm being reintroduced to it now, seeing how much insane advancements have gone on. And like I said earlier when I was watching the Beast documentary, the thing about Beast is they existed in a time period where like idols were kind of like blowing up and becoming massive, and there was like 30 new groups every month, and they wanted to do like the most extreme things they could and kind of like try to like ask like what truly is an idol. And I ask myself this a lot.
yeah,
And to me, like an idol is anyone you want to cheer on. And an Oshi is anyone that, in the act of cheering them on, it also makes you want to push yourself harder. So you are definitely like my Oshi in that regard. Beast is my Oshi. You keep calling Rat Cousin my Oshi, and honestly, like yeah, Max Max kind of is my Oshi now, especially after that phone call we had. I'm just like shit.
life-changing
This guy
situations.
rocks.
Thank you. I'm the communal. Shouldn't say it like that. Thank you. You're my Oshi, Peggy, even though you're not in the third situation. The idol culture thing
Yeah.
in VTubing is like kind of crazy Because there's like
Yeah.
a lot of it I don't like, but you can probably gather what part of it I don't like. But
Well,
you know,
yeah.
it kind of came with the furniture a bit.
Yeah. But I feel like especially, you know, the aspects I am describing, those are the good ones.
Yeah. I like fucked up because my VTuber is just me.
It be like that sometimes.
It's just me. No, now when I go outside, I'm
Like
like, God, I wish I was a dog.
I call myself an idol in the most like loosest sense of the term. Cuz like can we do some Peggy lore reveal right now?
Yeah.
So like I actually auditioned for an idol group once. Right?
Yeah.
It was back in like 2020. The company that like originally was managing Beast decided to do auditions via Twitter because of lockdown. And I was briefly in the game, but ended up having to drop out because like I wasn't studying Japanese at that point, so there was like no way I would really get that far. And they did say like the finals of the audition were still in Japan.
Yeah.
And there was no way I'd be like able to afford to go to Japan. But also, that was the same time period where I got kicked out of the house and was couch surfing for a while, so couldn't really focus on the idol audition that much. But it's definitely like something I still think about in the back of my mind, because even if I was kind of doing it as a joke, I do still enjoy the concept of doing insane artistic things like that. One of the people that participated in that audition, I believe it was Mog Ryan, did eventually debut as an idol under WAC, in a group called ASP. So sometimes I think to myself, in an alternate universe, would I be a member of the idol group known as Anal Sex Penis?
You think you would?
Maybe.
Wow.
You never know.
Well, I'm getting word. I'm getting word that we're getting we're getting invaded by the computer.
Hmm?
Hold on. Hold on. Is something happening? Wait, is something happening? Hold on. Is something happening? As something happening, as something's happening, the question is there anything you wish you had known or experienced earlier that you wish you could have experienced that has had an impact on you? Oh shit, computer? Oh shit, computer? Wait, computer? Are you ready for computer?
Computer?
Are you ready for computer?
Computer?
There's something happening right now. Wait. Wait, computer? Hello, computer? Hello,
Ain't
computer?
that like an album?
It might
Ain't that
be.
an album or some shit?
It might be. Hello, computer? Hello,
Hello,
Peggy?
computer.
Hello, computer? Oh
Hello,
shit.
computer.
Peggy, did you get a cold?
Hello, computer.
Peggy, did you get a cold?
Hello, computer.
Peggy, did you get a cold?
Hello, computer.
Hello, computer?
Hello, computer.
Hello, computer?
Hello, computer.
Hi, computer. You
Hello,
sound
computer.
you sound a little different, Peggy.
Well, it's because I've become part of the new group called Anal Penis.
Oh shit.
I did not realize what the fuck was going on because my fucking Discord is on Do Not Disturb.
Hello, computer?
Hello, computer?
Hello,
Hello,
computer?
computer.
We seem to have been invaded.
What the fuck?
Something's happening. Something's
What's happening?
happening. Why are you what you seem to be doing something strange, Peggy.
What?
You seem to have wandered
Since
into a strange room.
Why the fuck?
What are you doing in here?
Where the fuck am I? Where did you send me?
I'm minding my own business in this room where I'm supposed to have my privacy set. Y'all are just giving on cameras and doing interviews about anal sex penis, and all I could do is sit here and wait.
Why is this guy naked? Why did you send me here, Forrest?
I didn't send you anywhere. My computer just started doing something. It like it made a noise and I guess you're here
Okay,
now.
It's time to audition for anal sex penis.
Oh, what?
Let's
Oh.
hear your song.
I'm not ready to do this right now.
Well, you know what? Show business is about being ready on the drop of a hat. If you can't get ready now, how can you be ready when we're touring Beijing or Pyongyang? Exactly.
You have to audition. This is your
I knew
moment.
somebody on Broadway. She broke her arm. She still went on every day on her Broadway show, being Evita Perón.
Be a Revita, Peggy.
Pyongyang. So let's hear your idol song. What's the hit song from Anal Sex Penis? What that shitter do? Well, you know how it goes. Oh, I'm here to be what that shitter do. Oh yeah, boy. Oh yeah, boy. Here what am I say? What that shitter do? I am happy. Oh yeah, boy. So let's hear it. Okay, well, if you don't know that song, we do have another song we do, which is called Reddit/r Dragons Fucking Cars.
I know this one.
Okay, a 1, a 2. Let's go. Let's go, Forrest. You can
Oh.
audition. But hey, this is your chance. You can always be on the spot. You could this could be the role of lifetime. You could steal the spotlight.
Oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh wait, I can steal it from Peggy. I can steal
Yeah.
Valor.
Listen,
Oh
stolen valor.
Oh shit.
This is why I didn't make it past the first round of the audition. Not because I was running for my life on the streets.
Well, my hair is low key getting caught on my shirt. Hold up, it fucking hurts. Oh no. Oh no. So what's the prompt? What's the prompt?
What the prompt?
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
talking about a hit famous song, Reddit/r Dragons finishing the job.
Oh, do you want finishing the job?
Reddit/r Dragons kissing.
Oh,
That's what we're playing. Right?
Oh, dragons kissing. Can I get a beat?
Yeah, it goes boop chick boop chick boop.
I need a dragon in my mouth. I need 2 guys passing me around, giving me a hamburger, teaching me how to cook. I need tongue now, please. Hit me up. Add me on Snapchat. Add me on Blue Sky, the nothing app. For gay sex. Thank you.
Yeah, hit him up on Snapchat. He got a streak, and we're not just talking about them bacon strips in the sheets. Yeah, he's going crazy. He's going sleek. He's hitting up all the whores here in the Dragon's Horde. Yeah, lots of money. We got golden piles. And if I fuck you, it's going to take a while, about 13 minutes. And then I take a call because I'm flying over to Mordor with all my bill balls.
Ooh, I didn't know the what the fuck is the name of the guy who auditioned you? I can think of like
Smaug.
What was that?
Smaug.
I didn't know Smaug.
The distillation of Smaug.
Isn't that like? Hold on, that sounds familiar. That's like a show, right? That's like New Girl. That's like the girl from New Girl, right?
Yeah, the girl from New Girl's named Smaug.
Yeah, she wears polka dots and shit.
Dude, you're so right about that one. Actually, I forgot about that one with the girl from New Girl.
Oh my god, Peggy.
Guys, I need to get out of my bathroom. This is weird.
Yeah.
I think so we'll go to living room. And I'm going to go hide behind the couch. This way I can watch safely. Okay?
It looks like you're being controlled by Miss Wino over there.
You like controlling
What?
my mind.
Wait, I was behind. I was behind the couch. I couldn't hear you. What'd you say?
We're getting.
What'd you say?
Are you by any chance in a video game being controlled by YouTuber Miss Wino Y?
No.
Really?
This is my life.
My life is like a what?
Yeah. I think he just does this.
Why are you tapping on the
You
glass?
guys can't even look at how I wiggle and swag. I can't hear you. I've got banana peel in my hand.
Can you by any chance BLJ behind the couch?
What?
Oh, you know. This is a lovely room you have here. Can you tell me what type of marker that is? How do you pick it up?
I pick it up you normally with both hands, which I can't do right now. I've just bathed.
Is that not a
So I
dry?
can't
Aren't they supposed to
I
be
can't
dry erase marker? They dry you off.
Yeah, no,
I don't
that's
think
the
that's
thing.
I don't
That
think that's how that works.
Yeah, you have to keep them dry or else they can't erase.
Are
So
you?
my human hands cannot pick this up. But basically, it would be using both hands, and I'd go up to the wall, and I'd go like blah 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 blah, make a picture. This one here is a digital interface. I sexually assaulted a Tamagotchi, and this happened.
Oh.
I see.
Just kidding. It was consensual. We're just into CNC.
I see.
NC.
And see.
End scene. Well, guys, it's time for me to go back to the shower.
Oh shit! How's your shower?
I'm just thinking to myself. I'm thinking about that first episode of Quantum Leap.
You got to the shower really fast.
Yeah, it's called Quantum
Ew.
Leaping.
Oh, I see. I see. I haven't seen
You just
Quantum.
go to a fit.
I haven't seen Quantum Leap. Is that another New Girl situation?
Yeah, it's basically Zoe Deschanel is jumping from body to body throughout history in her lifetime, hoping the next leap will be the leap home.
Wait, is this movies?
No, it's television program.
Oh shit!
The New Girl is not a movie. What the hell are you talking about? That's the most adorkable thing you could have said, dumbass.
Oh, hold on. I know the movie. I know the movie dichotomy that everything is either Tar or Reservoir Dogs. I think every TV show.
Absolutely.
Every TV show is like New Girl and what? Is it like Better Call Saul or like
Lost.
Ooh?
V. What's a show that didn't last long? What was that one where the plane disappears or whatever?
I thought that was Lost.
Do you remember this?
What?
No, that
No,
is also
that's-
Lost, but there's one plane disappears show, and it had that guy, that famous Canadian actor who's in the fabulous movie In Bruges. He plays a small part in Bruges. What's his name?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the 9/11 broadcast.
No, Zelkjo Ivanevnek or whatever. He's Canadian, right?
Yeah,
No, I guess he's Slovenian American.
that's.
Zelchko Ivanek.
I feel that might be like averaging out a Canadian.
The event from 2010 lasted one season or two.
I have never heard of the show until just now.
Near the end of World War II, a craft of undetermined origin crashed in the Brooks Range in northern Alaska. It carries passengers who appeared outwardly human, but were eventually determined to be of extraterrestrial origin.
What the fuck is this show? Wait, I've never heard of her
Exactly.
before. Was it a sci-fi show? This is an NBC show?
The show's pilot episode is told almost entirely in retro versions.
Oh my god.
Damn, and they never got to finish it. Every show is New Girl or The Event 2010.
So is Quantum Leap a New Girl or an Event 2013, 2010?
Yeah, Quantum Leap, despite being a sci-fi show, it's a New Girl.
Oh shit. Would you count your stream as a New Girl or... Well, would you count your life as a New Girl or a The Event?
That's a very hard question. My life is not a TV show.
Well,
You know.
if you were a TV show.
If I were a TV show, but that's so reductive. TV show's like 40 minutes.
No, they can be like 2 hours. Like the Twin Peaks pilot, that's like 90 minutes.
Okay. I guess I'm New Girl because I hang out with 3 dudes who love me. Is that what happens in that show? I don't know.
Do you ever wear polka dots?
Wait a second. Brighter Balfon says In Bruges is not good. Can I quit the stream and go hit my head against the wall?
I can give you
I'm
mod.
not happy.
I can give you mod power so you can beat up Brighter Malphon.
I'd like to beat up Brighter Balfon.
Yeah, okay.
Am I like
As
New
rape
Girl?
finds.
Forrest, am I like New Girl?
I think you're a little new girl.
I mean, I am a girl, and in some places I am new.
Whoa.
You're kind of new here. You're new to the stream.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, I'm not. I was kind of like your first recurring guest for a while in the very early days.
That's true. Why did they like that?
Yeah.
Why did they like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, like, okay, so I don't know how many people here were around in the very early Forest stream days, but we used to have a recurring bit where I would come on stream and just start reading creepypastas. And I low-key miss this.
What is the creepiest pasta? Elbow macaroni? What a strange body
Dude,
part.
elbow macaroni is like hamburger helper, and when you eat hamburger helper, they like fucking kill you.
Exactly.
Like I've never.
That's the plot of another great New Girl movie. It's actually it's a Tar movie.
Oh shit.
No, it's actually a Reservoir Dogs movie, and it's called Soylent Green.
Oh my god. I remember that movie because people kept posting gifs of it on my school. Not my school. My teachers kept talking about
on
it.
your school.
My
Did you have a digital school?
I mean, at
People putting
time.
GIFs on your school. What the hell?
I mean, I was in school during the pandemic. It was a little digital.
That's wild, dude. Back in my day, we had to learn cursive.
Oh,
yeah. I thankfully graduated before the pandemic, and I mean, like, if I went to college, I would have been in college during the pandemic probably, but fuck college. I don't fuck with that shit.
Real. I was a pandemic college user, and it was like so not vibed. It was like a bit fistic. It was a bit disgusting.
It's crazy how you've rendered a real reflection of yourself on that screen.
I'm-
People don't realize that that's a real. It's like actually a reflection of your model that's in the foreground.
Yeah, I'm really good at projecting. This is like real life. I am real.
Yeah, one of the
Yeah.
first streams where you did this, well, I don't think that, like, the first one was, like, the fucking Shipwreck 64, I think, but we also did it during the one stream where I was reading Ted's Caving Pages when we tried to relaunch creepypasta readings, but then we forgot about it immediately.
Oh, yeah. We'll bring her back. We'll start reading more often. We'll become literate. We'll do literacy tests or some shit.
Can I please read Happy Happy again?
Oh,
if you're not gonna make... Yes, please let me reread Happy Happy.
Please, my liege, I need that I need that fucking apple with weird lips.
I need the apple at 9/11.
Speaking of...
Well, guys, I gotta go. I have to go die now.
Wait, can you do the interview for me real quick?
What do I have to do for the... What question do I ask? Gosh, there...
hold on. Before you go, can you, like, do the interview real quick?
If you were a Ray Liotta, which Hoobastank would you be?
Which Hoobastank would I be?
Okay, everybody knows the acronym BITCH stands for Beautiful, Innovative, Talented, Charismatic, and Hoobastank. Which one of those words resonates with you most?
I remember one time I was in an Uber going to work and they were playing Hoobastank in there, and I messaged one of my groups chats about it, and for some reason one of my friends got really offended thinking I was insulting Hoobastank.
You should have said Uber stank.
Yeah, literally that's what was going on. I was in a fucking stanky ass Uber.
What did it smell like?
I don't remember. It just wasn't super pleasant. I mean, it wasn't like my worst Uber experience ever. But it wasn't great.
What was the worst one?
So one time, I used to have to Uber to work all the fucking time. And it was right as we were pulling up in the store parking lot. And there was somebody, like, crossing in the parking lot. And the guy driving turns to me. And he says, completely straight-faced, Do you think this guy looks like he's lived a good enough life that I could run him over right now?
Whoa.
I wasn't sure how to respond to that one.
Yeah.
Well, I would
Like,
have answered
Yeah,
completely gay-faced. Absolutely. You should kill him.
like, I'm just like, if I answer wrong, is he gonna be thinking, has she lived a good enough life?
Oh, damn. That's kind of like a beautiful job to have. The
What?
Grim Reaper of, have you done it enough yet? We can get rid of you. Would you consider yourself sluggish, lazy, stupid, or unconcerned?
Maybe a little stupid or
Okay.
unconcerned.
You're between stupid and unconcerned. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a valid personality test.
Yeah, like I sometimes I feel like I'm lazy, but it's just more I literally can't focus because I've been living with unmedicated ADHD for 20 years and I don't know how to do anything differently.
Where's the weirdest place you found a holy Bible verses?
I literally found one on the floor of the bathroom at work yesterday in the employee bathroom.
I wonder why I know that.
Wow. It's almost like somebody checked twitter.com.
I just went through it. I saw it.
Yeah, there was also a used tampon in the toilet of the same exact stall. Like, I don't want to know what was going on in that stall specifically.
Probably someone had a period and they were afraid of sinning. Are you there, God? I'm in the toilet.
Wait, is it a sin to menstruate?
No, but to fuck yourself stupid with your tampon, which all whores do.
Yeah, this is why I don't use tampons.
Yeah, it's a whore thing. Tampons
Yeah.
are for whores.
Yeah, I'm pure of heart. I'm an innocent maiden. I have never thought inappropriate thoughts about Megatron.
Demure and sweet virginal women go and get a square of carpet from the store, and they keep that in their shorts until they're married.
This is true.
Oh my god. Remember when we would keep talking about aerating our Diva cups?
You kept talking about that. I did not.
Maybe. Interesting. We call this playing hula hoop. Anyway. I must ask this to my new interviewee, rat cousin. What's up with the Unity thing? Wait.
What?
That's not the thing you were just walking around in. I'm guessing everything is Unity. I don't know why. That's because I'm in Unity. Wait.
You're at Unity?
No. Well, I've been looking at stuff in Unity for reasons we don't disclose.
What the hell?
Yeah.
You making a porno game?
Oh yeah. But can you tell me about the walking around situation? I've not seen her before.
Well, I'll probably talk about it more at our special hangout tonight. That's in about an hour.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're being edged? We're edging?
I guess I don't fucking know.
You're edging right in front of me when I'm in the fucking cuck chair right now. I see how it
Listen.
is.
I gotta go lie down on my bed and die.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Thank you so much for stopping by and
Bok choy, baby.
and injecting
Hey,
yourself.
Can you say hi to your cat for me?
No, I
Damn.
can't. I don't think he'd
I
understand.
tried.
Nah,
I tried.
he's doing
though.
good. He's doing good. He's gotten a lot of. He's read a lot of his stories today.
Oh, that's good.
He's one of the
Chester
only
was
cats who
just
can read.
here. Chester
Well?
was just here, but I don't know where he went. He can't read.
Yeah, my cat's smarter than yours and also has the ability to use simple tools.
Oh, your cat's far along in the tech tree?
Yeah, he's basically post Neanderthal, post habilis stace.
God, I wish that were me.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, I wish I could do that.
I can't grab
I wish
anything.
Cro Magnum was like a crow with a huge dick.
Wait.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye. This will not become the rat cousin
Goodbye.
interview.
Thanks for
Yeah, this
telling
is
me
the
to do
Peggy Why
whatever
No
this
Why
was.
hour.
I
This
didn't
is
mean
Why No Why
to.
Saturday.
It's not my fault. I didn't ask for this.
Who was that?
What the fuck was that?
Must have been the wind. Anyway, what were we doing?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, you know. Oh, you know. Everyone follow that person, like into a room.
Yeah, you can follow Rat Cousin on YouTube at Miss Winowine.
Yeah,
That,
that
that,
was
that, that, at Miss Winowine on YouTube. That is the official Rat Cousin YouTube channel.
yeah. What was the question I was asking before? Oh, computer. Oh,
I don't fucking
computer. Oh,
know.
computer. No more computer. No more computer. No more computer situation. Oh, we have to go to the Peggy world and ask you questions. Is there anything you wish you experienced earlier that you wish you could have blah 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 blah? Is there anything you wish you experienced that you wish you could have experienced earlier?
A lot.
Like
Like I I've been talking like this is gonna get like like slightly personal, a little bit.
you can get as personal as you want as long as you're comfy sharing it.
I was like having this discussion with one of my friends IRL recently, and he mentioned how I've been experiencing a lot of things a lot later than most people. And I think it's just because I unfortunately had to go through such a turbulent period of my life right after I graduated high school up until like the early 2020s because of the pandemic and just also the general like really toxic environment I was living in, that I am experiencing a lot of things on a delay. But also at the same time, everything happens for a reason and everything happens when it's supposed to happen. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing I am experiencing these things now. In fact, like I feel like I am definitely more emotionally ready to experience these things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel the same way with obviously my situation is very different from yours as to not reveal.
Yeah.
Um, I've ever like I feel I experienced a lot of things at once, and then I stopped experiencing everything until like last year because I
Yeah.
graduated university and then nothing happened, and I did nothing for like a year. And during
Yeah.
university, I did nothing but university because a lot of what was happening with me was recovery from events that happened prior,
Yeah.
which put me in a situation which only got worse like mentally because of the isolation and because it was just school. After school, I did all I could and to, get on with my life, find gainful, like you're sold on the thing of you go to school, you get employed, and you just start living. Uh, that I never got to that point, and I discovered I can still live. I don't have
Yeah.
to reach the predetermined goal that I thought I had to start living, and I found that out honestly through dreaming,
Yeah.
which a lot of people make the connection when they're like teenagers, younger, like children. I just thought I can never achieve anything. I can never do
Yeah.
anything. I like maybe if I do, but maybe I can, but like in
Yeah.
the way later future. And like that future was something I was just putting it off till tomorrow. Like tomorrow things will be better. And you just
Yeah.
keep doing this. But you just, you know, even in the worst of
Yeah.
times, even when you want to die, you're still living. There's nothing bad with how you are currently living. You
Yeah.
just are.
Are you Are you familiar with the concept of Rumspringa? Have I ever explained this to you before?
No.
So, Rumspringa is an Amish tradition where they let their youth leave the Amish community and experience the outside world and kind of fuck around for a while to figure out if they want to continue being Amish.
Oh, this.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like since I finally broke off from like my previous situation, I have just been an ongoing state of Rumspringa. Like I keep saying, I've been fucking around and finding out. This is my Rumspringa era.
I feel like that's kind of the eternal experience of being alive. You just keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah. Like, I have no choice but to prosper, but damn, I am fucking prospering.
Yeah, God, you're so from Pennsylvania. My fucking God, bro.
What? You're aware of that I'm fucking, like, Amish adjacent. You've known me for how long?
I'm very happy to have met you, Peggy.
Yeah.
It's been like what, 6 years, 7 years?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's been like a hot minute.
Yeah.
And through all of this, you have always been Miss Wino Y.
This is
It
true.
sounds like a fucking eulogy. Uh, but I have this question in here. Do you wish you experienced anything earlier? Not because I think, oh, just because I think it like opens up to a wider, interesting discussion. Not because I think you should be experiencing things earlier. Because obviously you experience things as you are. Your first time doing anything is important, is significant, no matter when it is. Like,
Yeah.
like having your first kiss at like 20, at like 23 isn't like
Oh.
bad or anything, or like having your first
I've never had my first kiss, Forrest. I've had sex, but she forgot to kiss me.
this was just an,
I will admit this on stream. I have never kissed anyone. Like, my girlfriend literally forgot to kiss me the one time we met up in person. I have fucked, but I have not kissed.
you didn't lead into it with a kiss.
No.
Okay, well, the kiss example is because I saw a TikTok earlier today. If you want the answer,
Yeah.
like, if you want to know why I said that, it's because I fucking saw a TikTok earlier of someone being like, my
Yeah.
first kiss at 23. It's like, oh, and it's like
Yeah.
cute. It's like nice. It's like fine. Because obviously people have like a complex. It's like, I should have done this when I was 15. I should have blah 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 when I was blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's like it's very easy to fall into the trap of, oh, I'm behind, I am behind, I am stunted, I haven't experienced these things, I have been in a circle, I can't experience these things, I'm broken because I haven't felt these things, I haven't done these things. But it's also like, no man, it's chill, bro. Like, don't let the pressure, man, don't let the pressure kill you. It's okay.
Like I've definitely had the I'm broken thought, but at the same time I thought to myself, like, has there ever been a time where I haven't been a little, like, rough around the edges? Like, I might just not be broken. This might just be the way I am. And that's how it is.
Yeah, well, I don't think anyone, no one is broken. No one,
Yeah.
and like everyone's rough around the edges, but that's kind of what makes us people.
Yeah. Also, Chester the cat is back, in case anybody was wondering.
Can you say hi to Chester? Because Rakuten won't say hi.
Chester. Hi, Chester. Hi, Chester. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
It's like another thing another one that's like common I see everywhere is I should have learned X when I was like a teenager, when I was a child.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I never did anything artistic out of growing up, and it's too late for me. The thing of it's too late for me is like an eternal like struggle, and obviously
Yeah.
like it's never too late. We've seen the
Yeah.
movies. It's never too late. Just keep going. The only time
Yeah,
it's too late is when you're actually like in the ground, but none of us are in the ground because we're watching this.
I'm just always in the perpetual cycle of, like, starting projects and, like, planning projects and then never actually going through with them because, like, I'll lose momentum at some point and I'll just forget about it.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's kind of one of the things I feel like YouTube has been helping me out with motivation-wise, because I could work on, like, a lot smaller things.
Yeah.
And I don't have to, like, go all in on, like, chapter, multi-episode projects.
Yeah.
And I could just, like, sit down and talk about something I think is neat in a more casual setting, and then, like, as I build up confidence doing that, maybe someday I'll have, like, the fucked up insane thing.
Yeah. That's that's like a really good thing to
Yeah.
segue into a thing I've also experienced, where for me, a lot of projects I start and couldn't finish. And I remember I wanted to make videos for a while, and I've only made 2 so far. And the first one I made, I set myself a limit of 3 days. This is how long I will do this, because after that, I just won't. Because
Yeah.
if it's a large project, it's easy. Have you seen, Synecdoche, New York?
Huh?
Have you seen the movie Synecdoche, New York?
No.
Okay. Well, it's the problem of I will have to make this perfect. I have to make this better, and then you just keep going and going and going, and it's like never ever gets done.
Yeah.
And sometimes with the time you like forget about it, you put it in the back burner. You're like, oh, I'll get around to it. I'll get around to it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll get around to it tomorrow. The I'll get around to it tomorrow is the eternal killer.
Oh, that always gets me. That always gets me.
It's like cheesy, but the thing people always say, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. Second best time is now.
Yeah.
You have to water the tree like now.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what's been keeping me playing my instrument, because even if I don't play it for like hours a day, I play it at least for like 10, 30 an hour every day. I try
Yeah.
to learn a little line, a little bass line, and I'm not good at it still. I could be practicing more, but we're getting there. We make progress. Every day is progress. As long as you want to do a little thing every day, you're going to become it's going to be a big thing at the end, like building
Yeah.
like snowballs and shit.
Yeah, like I said earlier, having this stream to look forward to did help my motivation by having like a set deadline for myself.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, like having like a deadline in mind does like help me get my shit together.
Same.
And I feel like now in the future, like have more of like a plan of like, okay, what are the next videos I'm going to do? And also like keeping better notes of my research and shit, because that definitely made this video drag on a bit until I finally like pushed myself this week, because like it's something I'd been researching on and off for years, not initially thinking to do a video, and I had to like struggle to find all of my links again because everything was just living in my brain at this point.
Yeah.
I just need to like figure out a better structure for myself in general.
That's one of the hardest things to do, is
Yeah.
building the structure.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if this like building. It's like art. You have to build the scaffolding first. It's like a building.
Yeah.
You had to build scaffolding first before you can do anything else. But once you have the scaffolding in, everything can fall into place.
Yeah.
I'm not an architect. This might be incorrect. If there's any architects in chat, if you're Lloyd Wright, is that Frank Lloyd Wright? Give me $1 million. You're a millionaire. You made a house out with water, and you hate your wife. You can afford to pay my. You can afford to pay for my little trust fund. Um,
Yeah.
shaming the billionaires. Yeah, the reason the video I'm working on has been like struggling to finish is because I keep like missing my deadline, because I'm doing the thing where I keep building and building and building. But the stream, like for me, streaming, a lot of the things they do don't take me an extreme amount of time. Like the current scene right here took me like 2 days probably. And a lot of it comes
Yeah.
from drawing the background and like making the tech work. The the VTuber model I have right now took me way too fucking long. Like, way
Yeah.
too long. It did not need to take as long as it did.
I feel like streaming is a lot more in the moment, so you have like a lot less chance to like overthink every step of the process.
Yeah, because a lot of it is live. You had to like react to it
Yeah.
live when it like fucked up.
Yeah.
Like we had a couple fuck ups during a couple like technology like fucking up during the Hershey's during the play, and that just kind of becomes part of it. And even during the
Yeah.
interview here, we had a little fuck up.
Yeah, and I didn't even notice.
Yeah, we just go. Like with streaming, it's like it can be like what you make of it. It's like anything, you make of it what you will. Like you can be anime girl in corner playing a video game. You can do whatever the fuck I'm doing. You can do you can do some like Doug shit. You can do some like shindig shit. It's all very different. It's all very cool. You just have to like, what are you on, and what are you doing with that?
Yeah.
But with that, I think we need to get into the viewer questions because we have a time limit on this, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, can you see my shit? No way, you can't hear my
Hold
shit, but
on.
you can see my shit. Can you hear very faint
Yeah.
bursting?
No.
Oh no. Hold on, I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Can you hear? Are you wah? You're not in the screen share.
I was in the screen share. Okay, now I can hear it again.
Okay. We're just listening. Dude, I didn't know they released a new album like a month ago.
Yeah, I still need to listen to it.
Pretty good. It's like more of a band. It's pretty good. We're gonna get through these quick because I want to spend a little bit of time on the ending questions. If that's chill with you.
Okay.
Okay. First question.
Scale of 1 me about Char Aznable, how normal are you about Megatron?
Well, Kinski, do you want to like do inappropriate things with Shar Aznable? Do you have like a tier list of Shar Aznables based off of fuckability? Because I have a Megatron tier list.
Kinski has done all of these things.
Okay.
Kinski has made me do
Then,
these
well,
things.
okay. I wasn't sure if you thought about Shar Aznable like that, or were just like generally insane.
Well, no, Kinski has made me do the Char like fuckability list.
Then yeah.
All right. Next question.
What does Peggy think of women?
I'm a lesbian.
Next question.
I think women could do whatever they want forever.
But do you like them?
Yeah.
All right. We love women. This is the most woman forward stream ever. Next question.
Yeah. Shout out to
Chester
lesbians.
fun facts?
Chester fun facts. Sometimes he just randomly bites me, and then just goes along like nothing happened. Chester doesn't really have much lore that I know about. I know more lore about the other cat in this household, because that cat is from Kuwait. That cat was born in Kuwait and then brought here as some kind of rescue program. Chester's just a white boy though.
You have another cat in the household?
Yeah, that's Toad. Toad doesn't spend nearly as much time in my room
Dude, I forgot.
as Chester.
Dude, I forgot about
Yeah.
her. Next question.
Circus animal cracker favorite color?
Do they have different colors?
I thought there was only one.
Yeah, I thought they're just like beige with like white frosting and rainbow sprinkles.
I see.
Do you
Yeah.
fuck with that old whimsical British guy on YouTube who keeps accidentally reviewing sex toys and going, look at this curious little device?
I am not 100% sure I know who this guy is. Like, there's a guy coming to mind, but I can't remember a time where he reviews sex toys. But, like, conceptually, I do fuck with this immensely.
Okay, I was gonna
okay, I was gonna say, it sounds like Grand Illusions,
Yeah.
but I don't remember seeing Grand Illusions do shit like that. I haven't seen him in a while, though.
He might be freaky now. Good
Yeah,
for
he might just be
him.
freaky like that.
Good for
Good for
him.
him. Good for him.
Next question. Please link that to me like later. I wanna
Yeah.
watch.
Best and worst teeniping?
Dude.
Best and worst teeny ping. I fucking hate Dada Ping. All my
Dude.
homies
Fuck
hate
Dada
Dada
Ping. I
Ping.
hate him.
I'm gonna be basic and say I really like Hearts Ping, but I also really like Only Ping. So if you don't know about Teeny Ping, it's this like magical girl meets monster collector show where like each of the pings are based off of like a different emotion or like concept. And Only Ping's thing is that she represents the concept of being a yandere. And I think that's kind of awesome.
I'm putting this on stream. I just want to. Oh my god.
Hold on, let's open this a new tab.
Oh my god. No, I'm not playing this on stream.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Next question.
Any updates on the menstrual cycle for Forrest's sake?
Nothing recently.
Yeah, I'm the first line of like updates.
Yeah. Forrest would always know, like, within seconds if anything happened.
Yeah. Also, I did like have a sixth sense. It's like they're the direct line.
Yeah.
Next question.
Do you think bootleg toys are worth documenting, especially recently now that it's easy to get a cheaper unofficial if a toy on an instant?
Ooh.
Absolutely. Bootlegs are something we want to cover on Dialect. It's just, those are a lot harder to cover because of how shrouded in mystery they often are.
Yeah.
I have my own like personal like list of bootlegs I've researched. I do own a couple fascinating bootlegs. I have a bootleg wish list. I love bootleg products. I'm a freak for this type of shit.
Next question. No, but I like certainly agree. Even if it's a bootleg, it deserves to be like covered because someone like cared enough to do this, even if it's a scam.
Yeah.
What?
Opinions on Hobart?
I love Hobart.
What is hope?
Hobart's like a mother to me.
Ooh.
Hobart is a company that makes deli equipment.
Oh.
Yeah.
Next question.
What is your ideal sandwich?
Ideal sandwich. Most of the time I get like a very basic like turkey sub. Most of the time like I was just eating like sandwiches in the morning as breakfast for a while, not even like, typical breakfast sandwiches. I'd literally just like have provolone and turkey or like provolone and Clearfield on a sandwich and call it a day because I'm like really lazy half the time and I gotta like force myself to eat because I also just like forget to eat a lot or just don't have an appetite. And that's like the easiest thing to grab a lot of the time. Or like if it's not turkey, I'll get like Lebanon bologna. That's an Amish thing.
Hmm. I love. Oh wait, Hobart. I remember her now. I remember her. You like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude. I still haven't had a club sandwich. Please no club sandwich spoilers.
Okay.
Wow.
I promise.
What's a toy?
A toy?
Everything.
Yeah. Like honestly, like literally fucking everything.
Next question.
Circus animal cookie favorite color?
We already did that one.
Go ahead and wait for the TTS.
Be really annoying about the Barbie movie in any way you'd like.
Okay, so like the Barbie movie I think is like okay. I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's the best thing in the world. I think it's like serves a good role as baby's first introduction to feminism. And it's like shocking to me how stupid Mattel has been about the movie. Cause that toy line directly for the Barbie movie was not nearly as vast as you would expect it to be. There's a lot of like toys that they just straight up did not make. Instead, they just focused on making Ken merch for Mattel Creations, which is like their like special collector shop site, which is really ironic considering how the entire movie is making fun of the concepts of that. But like at the same time, they did not make an Alan doll. They did not think to make an Alan doll. They didn't think, oh, maybe people might want an Alan doll. Are you fucking crazy? Do you know white women? Do you know what they're going to do if they see a Michael Cera doll? There's so much money that was on the table that you just abandoned.
You want the Michael Cera doll?
I mean, personally, I'm not that interested, but I know so many people who would go feral for the Michael Cera doll, and they just didn't do it.
I kind of want the Michael Cera doll as well.
Like it's free fucking real estate. You wouldn't be you wouldn't be in as dire of a situation right now with Donald J. Trump placing tariffs on the country and Mattel if you just banked in early and made the Michael Cera doll.
Wait, so they didn't capitalize on like the toy line with the Barbie movie?
Like they had like a good amount, but they didn't stock it very well, and there's a lot of things that you would think they would make that they didn't. Like there's a lot of like outfits in the movie that just were not represented in the toy line at all. It was kind of limited. A lot of it was locked to the Mattel Creations site.
Yeah. I see. Mattel fail.
Yeah.
Country of Mattel fail.
Country of Mattel fail. Like maybe they deserve to get tariffed, I don't know.
All right, final question for the question segment.
Opinion on Steve 1989 MRE.
He's like a brother to me.
I love him.
I want to meet him so bad. I want to have a meal with him. I want to smoke a blunt with him.
Do you think he smokes?
I mean, we know he smokes cigarettes.
Well, weed. I know he smokes cigarettes as well.
Like it would be up in the air. Like it's just more like, even if he wasn't up for smoking a blunt with me, it's just like, you know, what offering a blunt to someone represents. You know?
Yeah.
Like even if you aren't into it, like you still appreciate the gesture because it shows like a real sign of respect.
Yeah. I still feel bad that I like turned it down in the desert because I hooved.
You did not take the desert poof. I am so disappointed in you to this day.
We can like recreate it. We can go to the desert.
It's true. Well, I mean, I don't really smoke anymore to begin with.
I need to like get into her. I need to get into smoking 5 million fucking everything a day. Wait.
What?
Model in which my character smokes weed and I'm filled with, no, that's like a little freaky.
Yeah.
It's a little freaky.
Yeah,
but
don't finish that statement.
However, it might be vibes.
Yeah.
It's like freaky but kind of vibes. Anyway, speaking of vibes, we have to go to the last segment of the interview because, oh god, scheduled. Where the fuck is my shit? Thank you, Peggy. Thank you, Peggy. Love you, Peggy. Smile.
Love you.
Smile. 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 Smile.
Smile.
Oh, the timer I have here is so wrong.
Yeah.
It's time to get intimate. Time to get personal. Time to get Peggy with it.
Don't fucking tell me.
Tell me a story about a mundane thing you still think about.
Oh, okay. I was getting really nervous. This was gonna be like.
No, it's not that.
Yeah.
It's only that if you take it there.
A mundane thing I still think about. I mean, it's both mundane, simultaneously insane. It was insane for me, but it was definitely very mundane for the person I was talking to. I was in Wilmington, North Carolina. This was a few months after my father had passed away. I had gotten kicked out of a beach house because my father's cousin decided to like enact revenge on me for my father skipping out on a family reunion when I was 4 years old, and I was just wandering the city, and like I was trying to find this like collectible shop to like take my mind off of the situation I was in. Like I said, this was not mundane for me, but this is just also like the type of shit that happens to me on a regular basis. And I'm just like walking down the street, and like I pause for a moment to like, collect my bearings, catch my breath. And there's just this old lady sitting on her porch, and she starts talking to me. She's like, "Hi, dear. How are you doing?" And she's like, and I'm just like, I've been better, but like, I'm surviving, and that's all that matters." And she says to me like, "I know I'm above ground right now, and that's all you can really hope for." And I'm like, "Damn, you're so fucking right. Thank you, little old lady."
It's the mundanity in that is the interaction, not the situation.
Yeah, yeah,
That's sweet.
yeah.
Tell me an artistic experience or artistic experience, musical event, anything of that nature that you still think about, no matter the size, small or large.
Hmm. Like this might sound, a little stupid, but the first time I went to go see Insane Clown Posse, because this is the first time that I experienced a live event that was that harsh and that violent, but in like a controlled, safe way. And I was living the experience of that. And like, it made me appreciate, like, yeah, you know what? Maybe pouring soda on people, maybe this is art in its own weird way. Anything could be art if you think about it.
It's about intent, not even intent. It's about
Yeah.
yeah,
To me, experiences are art.
I agree.
Yeah.
We call this there's like a phrase for this, but I don't know what it is. Tell me a story of my Google Doc fucking up. Tell me a story about a person you still think about.
Person I still think about. Um. Hmm. This is like it's such a vague one.
It could be any story about any person. Living, dead, personally known, not or just a conceptual man.
Yeah, just a conceptual. Um. I think about my high school art teacher a lot. Cause like especially my senior year when I was going through like real hell, and I had him for port prep. He was like one of the like kindest souls I ever met in my life. And like he really affected like my approach and how I view art, because he was one that like really hammered home like perfection and imperfection. And how like it doesn't matter how sloppy it is, it's the intent that's what matters.
Yeah.
And like when my father had passed during my senior year, he made this like giant card for me, completely handmade. And like I like found that the other day when I was unpacking, so like I've been thinking about him a lot recently because of that.
I've also had art teacher moments.
Yeah.
Shout out to high school art teachers.
Shout out high school art teachers.
The perfection imperfection thing is something I hold deeply with a lot of the things I do, and a
Yeah.
lot of the music. You know the type of music I'm into, like
Oh yeah.
hugely. A lot of it is harsh, kind of not the best production, but like if it had
Well,
better
yeah.
production, it'd be worth, in my opinion.
Like as I was talking about earlier, I'm in the idols. A lot of idols can't fucking sing. It's the spirit that counts.
Yeah, it's the
And
performance.
especially like and especially like with Beast, that was very much an experiential thing.
Yeah.
A lot of it was encouraging their audience to get really rowdy as hell, trying to see the craziest things they could pull off.
Well. Can you tell me a little bit? Can you like tell me a story about yourself that you'd like to share?
Shit. You keep getting like vaguer and vaguer with this.
This is the last. Well, this isn't the last one. We have like a little bit more.
I mean, I already told the idol audition story, and that was a pretty funny one.
Yeah.
Um. So like last year, during my second ever like toy fair, this was like one of the smaller toy fairs. Cause Toy Insider magazine does a lot of like smaller events a lot that are specifically for influencers. I got kicked out of the hotel. And I was just kind of wandering around New York for a bit. And like thankfully one of my friends' friends let me stay at her apartment that night, so it's not like I was like, completely stranded. I got kicked out of the hotel because Brooke didn't tell the person running the hotel that there was an extra person in the room, and they were like really fucking like anal about sneaking extra people in the room. And I didn't want to be there anyway because the room was literally like 6 feet wide, and we all had to sleep in one bed, and I had to like try to squeeze in there with Brooke and her husband, and it was a terrible experience. I was glad to be out of there. But it was just like one of those moments that's just like, you would think I would be freaking out in that situation, but I wasn't. It was literally just like, damn, I love living and just like being in the world. You know?
Yeah. It's a bunch
Like
of things that kind of it's like there's a lot of experiences that are like kind of sucky a bit in the moment, but it's also like this is kind of I feel so connected with everything and myself.
yeah. Like I feel alive right now. And after like so long of like struggling and being like really closed off from the world, I kind of need shit like that.
Yeah. And now for the final section. Is there anyone you'd like to shout out?
Shout out Super Daft Bros. Shout out Salad Forest. Shout out Ex Canadensis. Shout out Chester. Shout out my friend Cody. Shout out my former coworker Edwin.
My name is
My name is Edwin. I made the mimic. Dude, I'm so glad that like not only is like Edwin a big FNAF fan, but he was fully embracing that when that blew up. So we could just like make jokes about that at work. Shout out Miss Wino Y. Shout out women.
Hello, women. Are there any? Oh, sorry.
Shout out Dollect. I don't know. Shout out brand new Idol Society since I keep bringing that up. I don't know if I'd recommend Beast Cannonball Run, which is like their final documentary of their like final disbanding concert that I'm watching. Because the thing about that is that the bit of that is that they got a bunch of porn directors to film the documentary, and it can get really uncomfortable at times, but that's just also the type of shit Beast was known for. So definitely it's just like it's simultaneously feminist and also kind of misogynistic. It's this weird like bordering line. Because like they are into it for most of it, except for one part where I start questioning everything.
Are there any parting words you want to leave everyone on?
Just like embrace the world.
And
I don't know.
And for the final question of the interview, without naming names, is there anything you'd like to say to someone who cannot hear this?
Hmm. Thank you.
Thank you for coming out, Peggy, on such short notice.
Thank you for having me. I wasn't planning on really like doing anything today anyway, so you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, now I get to go take a shower. Not showering on stream like Rat Cousin was. Cause like I'm a woman and Twitch especially doesn't like when women do that.
Twitch is so weird with like its terms.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, the last question was a lie. The real last question is, who do we rate?
Who do we raid? I don't know. Nobody I know is live right now.
We do a dealer's choice.
You get to choose. You know more streamers than I do.
Let's do Utter Near since I was there yesterday. Thank you everyone for coming out. Thank you, Peggy, for coming out again. And
Thank you everybody for coming out. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Ness. Thank you, Ami, if you're with Ness. Thank you, Ty, if you are watching. Thank you, all Forest viewers.
thank you, Peggy. Thank you, women.
Thank you, Forest. Thank you, women. Thank you, Quasi. Thank you, women. Shout out women.
Shout out women. Can we shout out women again?
Yeah.
The timer is up. Is there a raid method? Also, shout out Rakub.
Shout out Rat Cousin for showing up unexpected and jump scaring me.
Anyway. Is there anything you'd like to make the raid message?
Hi.
All right. And as always, favorite heart emoji at the end.
Do like the one with the sparkles.
Yeah. I'll see you all tomorrow with some other shit. Smile. And next interview next week will be announced Monday, probably. Goodbye, everyone.
Super Death Brother stream coming back soon. They did not tell me when, but I know in my heart of hearts it must be soon.
Real. Everyone watch Super Daft Bros and watch Peggy and watch